I'm Michael Peters, sports editor of the Tulsa World, sitting alongside Bill Haisten, one of our OSU beat writers, and we're going to talk about OSU football. It was a big opener. We didn't know kind of what to expect, and then all of a sudden, what we expected, what we got was a team that looks like they can take the #1 team in the country, off their feet for 4 quarters. So, what did you make of the opener in Dallas, or Arlington, actually?
Well, I was surprised that the defense held up the way it did. I was surprised that the offensive line performed the way it did with 3 new starters, and with, for that matter, a left guard who only had 8 starts. It's not like he was a grizzled veteran, but with 3.5 new starters on the offensive line to face that kind of an opponent and not get a flag all night, I thought was very impressive. No holds and no false starts. Defensively, I thought they were, which is kind of funny. I don't know that I've ever been as complimentary of a defense ever. They gave up nearly 500 yards.
Right. Well,
but yet they gave Michael, so many of those yards came on 5 plays.
Right.
It's not like Florida State gashed them for 8 yards a snap. OSU had really good moments defensively, and Tyreek Hill was sensational. Emmanuel Agba, maybe the best player on the team, and he kind of came out of nowhere. So it was a very enlightening, interesting opener.
Well, people have talked about Glenn Spencer last year and gave him a lot of credit for a defense that he kind of took over that was sort of somewhat ready-made. Now is the year, I guess, now to give Glenn Spencer the credit for taking over a defense that's got all these guys that have to come back and then to replace them. Now, after a big opener that you can kind of get geared up for, now you kind of settle into the schedule a little bit. I'm sure they'll be pumped up to play at home against Missouri State, but it is, kind of a step down in competition. When you go out there on Saturday and
it's kind of a step.
Maybe we'll see. But when you go down and when you watch them on Saturday, what are you going to be looking for? What will the coaches be looking for to guarantee that this team is improving and going where they want to go?
You know what? What I will watch most closely, and probably what Mike Gundy will really watch closely, is to see he's going to want flawless execution on special teams. They mishandled a kickoff the other night. They pinned them at the 3. They had those bad punt snaps. So I think that Mike's going to really, really want to see that cleaned up. And then offensively, he'll run his first unit out there for the first half, and they'll go full throttle, and they'll try to score 100 points, and then they'll sit, and he'll run his 2s and 3s out the rest of the afternoon. But what he wants to do is see effort, a lack of penalties, and to clean up special teams. And not get anybody hurt.
Right. Everybody wants to always talk about the quarterback, and J.W. Walsh in the opener was kind of like J.W. Walsh the year before. He's up and down. He's good some. He's not so good at other times. What does he need to do against Missouri State to try to hang on, and then how much are you going to see some of the other guys as you go later in the game?
I think he needs. He only completed 8 passes to wide receivers the other night, so I think he needs to. That needs to be a priority to get the downfield passing game going a little more. To have such an extreme one week to face Florida State's coverage personnel and their pass rush people, and then the next week you got an FCS opponent. You know what I mean? So it's like one measuring stick is the high extreme, the other measuring stick's the low extreme. I don't think we'll really have a feel for J.W. Walsh.
Maybe till a conference opener, perhaps?
I would even say till mid-October as to whether he can execute the offense in a complete way and whether they can have the whole playbook or have a watered-down playbook with J.W. But it is going to be important for him Saturday to fire the football down the field and complete some of those throws to wide receivers.
Well, that's all we have time for this week. Please join us again next week and every week for the rest of the football season for more OSU football.